So we have reached the end of your 10 votes. We wanted to talk about a few other cards.
Interesting ones that I kind of liked or didn't like on the list. This is kind of an honorable mention here. The short print, the 91 UD MJ, still super popular card. Jordan, everything Jordan remains popular. And as far as baseball goes, he has a 94 upper deck as well. But this was before he made a legit run at playing baseball, you know, and in 91, back in 91. So and I would have one of these to show, but I just sold it at the last show that I did in Des Moines. Someone picked it up at the very end of the show when I was stacking my cases for the night. Got it out and sold it. But yep, not super expensive, but just real desirable.
91 was the last year I bought Upper Deck Baseball. And I remember this card being hot. And like you said, yeah, this was before Jordan tried to make his attempt at baseball. But I remember a lot of my friends and I trying to get this card, and we never pulled, not one of us pulled a single one. So I have no idea about the population reports on this card. But I know then, with all the amount of wax that was available, we just still couldn't pull one. So
yeah, you're right. Yeah, for 91, didn't really have short prints that I can think of before that. So yeah, one of the first chase cards. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Were there any other cards you would like to talk about?
There were a couple that I thought should fall off the list, and one was the 57 Kluszewski.
You mean the Hawk?
Yeah, you know, yeah, there you go. And I get it, right? I mean, I get the cutoff sleeves and the arms and all that, but nobody asks me for this card, you know, turning to my dealer side. It's somewhat popular. It is, you know, again, somewhat whimsical, or a bit of a novelty here, but I was surprised to see this one on the list. So I think it can go.
It's the first year on the ballot, so maybe it'll be one and done.
We'll see. We'll see. Again, maybe the Reds fans will come through and vote. I don't know.
Okay.
And if you want to pull up the 68 Seaver.
Yeah, I was going to.
No, we've already got the 67 Seaver. So I was surprised to see this one on here. Okay, so I got a question for you. When you look to our right of his head, what do you call when Topps has these all-star rookies? What do you call these cards? I mean, it's not a joke. Do you have?
I call them a second-year card, a portrait.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm missing it. Sorry.
I've always called them trophy cards.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay, so
yes.
I mean, some are on the rookie card, but I had a guy in Strongsville call these cup cards.
That's because of 1987 Topps.
Yeah, later on, right? They kind of had it to be a cup, but I had him repeat himself a couple of times. I'm like, "What are you asking?" Because he's like, "Do you have any more cup cards?" I'm like, "What?" and it took me a minute to realize he was talking
like
about
a cup.
these trophy cards. I'm like, "Are you Cooper Cup or what? Stanley? What are you talking about?" So anyway, that was just, I was just going to ask you if you heard them called cup cards before, because I hadn't. But I don't see any reason for this to be in the Hall of Fame. You know, we've got his rookie. I don't know if we need any more Seaver cards, honestly, in the Hall of Fame.
As a big time Seaver fan myself, and I don't want to admit this living in Philadelphia, this would be one of the last cards of his Topps run that I would pick. I think the 74 sideways when he's
Oh yeah,
throwing the ball. I would definitely pick that above this.
unique. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, a few others. I just think this is a boring card, and it has the same picture as the 69, and we know why the 69 had that, because the Marvin Miller and the MLB Players Association decided to, put a little bit of pressure on top so the ball players could get paid more, and they were definitely needed to get paid more instead of just $100 and a toaster some players had. No, but I get it though. Yeah, I'm in agreement with you, and I also think having the 68 card here of a player of Seaver's caliber. We're not talking about mantle here where you can get multiple mantles in on the same ballot. Now this is Seaver, so I think this is actually going to take away votes from that 67 card.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it could split a little bit. Yeah.
And that's why I put my comments here. Wish was removed from ballot.
Yeah, same on that.
Anything else?
Let's see. Well, you don't have to show it. It's just really quick. The 83 O-Pee-Chee Gwynn, I just think it's a little bit more obscure, and I would put in the Topps card instead. Why,
Yeah.
Maybe Ray wanted some variety, but this card generally hasn't sold even for as much as the Topps card. People saw the O-Pee-Chees, even though they were shorter print runs, as less desirable. I think some of that's starting to change with pop reports. But I'd say just go for the Topps, right? There's a lot of Tony Gwynn appreciation out there. This card probably deserves to be in the Topps version, that is, at some point.
Larry McWilliams took this photo. He took a lot of photographs for Top. He even took the 1977 Reggie Jackson photos of the proof of him in the Baltimore uniform, and also the one and also the Burger King photo. So he took a lot of photos from Top starting in the 1970s, and he talked about this card with Tony Gwynn. It was the Topps version. And Tony Gwynn said this was his least favorite cards. And he actually commented on to Larry. He took all these cards because they took about like 5 or 6 different photos. So he took all these photos. Why did you pick this one with my rear end shown?
Sure.
And he didn't have an answer for it. Just someone at Topps picked it. If anything, I would try to, if it was up to me, I would go with the 84 Don Russ instead of the 83 O-Pee-Chee or Topps. Not only, I know it's a second-year card, but it's a nice profile picture, and you get that clean aesthetic design of the 84 Don Russ. But this is your ballot, not mine, so I don't want to talk too much into
No,
it.
that's a good, that's good input. And the last one, I know you're a Reggie guy, but I would take off the Reggie auto.
You're killing me. You're
we
killing me.
I don't know if we have time for me to get into some of my write-in votes, but this would be a good way to transition into it. I know you've got that it's the first big Chase auto that was issued, but I had to look through this list, and you and I talked before the show, right? The card that I want in the Hall of Fame is the 94 Upper Deck Griffey Mantle autograph. It's so desirable. Two of the biggest from their playing era, their respective playing days, to be on the same card, and for Upper Deck to pair them up, and just a year or two before Mantle passed, to have those guys autograph the same card. Phenomenal card. So that's a write-in vote for me. And I guess I'll just quickly say the other write-in vote that I would have is the American Caramel Shoeless Joe. It's always been a popular shoeless, or I'd say the most popular shoeless Joe, despite the fact that I'm not in love with the set or those portraits. But That's one that I think should be in there. In the Hall of Fame is the Cracker Jack, the 15 Cracker Jack, Joe Jackson, and I would even put I guess maybe some recency bias would go towards that Cracker Jack card. Fueling some helium for that, but there we go. This has always been the Shoeless Joe card. So that would be my other write-in candidate.
Okay. Well, thank you, Tony.
You bet.
Appreciate that. Ray did have a week or so of folks to propose cards to be on the ballot. So
Yeah.
I'll contact you next year.
Yeah,
and we can try to get some of these
action.
write-ins in.
Mm-hmm.
So, folks, just to go back into how you can vote, feel free to check out this video that Ray put out. Again, I'll put the link in. And if you go to the website, all you have to do is click Vote Now, and this pops up. So pick 10 cards, check them all off, and then you hit Submit, and it's 1 vote per person. Well, Tony, thank you for being on the show. I really appreciate your time.
Oh, thanks for having me, and thanks for you again for pointing this out. I hope that it just starts to get some more exposure and snowballs through the hobby.
Tony, thanks for going over your votes and cards you would like to see possibly axed. So how could folks reach out to you? I know you have an eBay storefront and Instagram.
Sure. I'll keep it short and sweet. 2 places you can find me. You find my inventory on eBay. And then we have a lot of fun on Instagram, mashing up pop culture,